Okay, let me put y'all up on this right here too. Okay, let's just say you get a federal drug case. Let's just say you get caught with 28 grams. You're guilty. So you're gonna sign a guilty plea. And a guilty plea is binding. It's a contract. So you're telling them you're willing to sign a contract for, let's just say, 10 years. You're guilty, so you said you want to sign a 10-year plea. Okay, they set it up, the date come, you sign the guilty plea for 10 years. And you're saying, okay, I'm going to take this 10 years for what I got caught with because I'm guilty. So that's what you're thinking in your mind, right? Okay, so when you go to get sentenced in front of the judge, you're thinking that you're gonna get 10 years because you signed a 10-year contract, a 10-year plea deal for 10 years. But when you go to get sentenced, after the government writes up the pre-sentencing report, when you get your pre-sentencing report, you see that they've added, let's just say they added a gun to your case because somebody made a statement saying while you were selling them drugs, they seen you with a gun, but they don't actually have the gun. Okay, let's just say they have somebody that says you were selling them 28 grams every week for a whole year. Okay, they're gonna take that statement, those statements, and they're gonna add it to your contract that you already signed, which is against the law because a contract is, once it's signed, that's supposed to be what it is. But the feds don't operate like that. They get you to sign the contract and then they add charges after you sign a contract. So this guy here, they're gonna add a gun to him because somebody said that they seen him with a gun, and then they're gonna calculate those 28 grams that he supposedly sold to somebody every week for a whole year. They're gonna calculate that up, and whatever that drug amount comes out to, they're gonna add all of that to the 10 years, which is the contract that you signed, that what you're supposed to get. But when you go to get sentencing, they're gonna add those other charges to the contract. So instead of you getting 10 years, you're gonna get sentenced to 20 years. Since you're gonna get sentenced to 20 years instead of 10 years. That's how the feds operate. They get you to sign the contract and then they go off of the contract and it's illegal, which is illegal. Once you sign a contract in anything, that's what it is. You can't go off of the contract, but the feds, they trick you, they get you to sign a contract, then they go off of the contract and they give you more time than they said they're gonna give you in the contract. Y'all look this up. If you think I'm lying, ask other people that's in the feds, look it up, study the feds. So you gotta know these things, man, when you're out here hustling and you're out here in these streets, because they're playing on us. They know that we don't know the law. So we're out here doing all this stuff and then they're just hitting us with it like boom. And we think it's illegal. So when we go down to the federal joints and we started studying and we started reading and we think they can't do this to us, and once we read the law books or we go down there and talk to other people that's already in the feds, they're gonna tell you, yeah, they can do that. There's nothing fair about it.